Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to see one more question related to SQL, and this is the question from the question paper 2019 of computer science, and there is two tables in front of you. The name of the tables are trains and passengers. Now to answer the queries, these are the queries and these are the questions, and we have to write the queries for this. So before that, let us just study this particular table. Now there are two tables, as I said, trains and passengers. So trains basically is going to store the details of train. So this is the primary key, that is the T number, that is the train number, name of the train and the junction that it is going to start from, and the destination of the train. So start and the end, from where it is going to start and where it is going to reach, that's the end. So that's the table which is going to store the details of the train, and then there is another table, that is passengers, which is going to store the details of all the passengers. So the PNR number is the primary key for this particular table, and then this is a train number the passenger is going to travel, the passenger name, gender, age and travel date. Now if you observe, these two tables are linked with each other, and that is with this particular key. So PNR number is the primary key, but T number for this table is the foreign key, because T number is a primary key of the table, that is trains. So you can see T number and T number over here. So this will act as a foreign key, and this is the primary key of this table. So if you see the number, that is 13005, you will exactly find this number in the trains table, that is the primary key. So this will match, the foreign key and the primary key will match. So 13005 that you see over here, it is over here. Then 12015, you can see it is over here. So the primary key and the foreign key is going to match, because these two tables are linked with each other. So that's the basic details. Now I have typed the entire data, I have fed this data into the MySQL database, and that is over here. So you can see that this is the trains table, and that's the exact data that I have fed, and that's the passengers table. Now let us begin to solve the questions, and the first question that we have is to display the details of all trains which start from New Delhi. So basically from the trains table we have to find all the trains which start from New Delhi. So for this we will write the query, and the query will be of this form. Again I will type it for you, delete this, and the query will be, that is select star. Now select star is because they have not specified any field, any particular field. They have said to display the details of all trains. So we will select all the fields by using the star, and then that is the from. Name of the table that I have stored over here is trains, where clause, and start is equal to, that is New Delhi, and a semicolon. So if you run this particular query and see the output, so that's the output in front of you. So we have, that is the train, that is Bhopal Shatabdi, Ajmer Shatabdi, and that is Sildha Rajdhani. Then you can see the start is from New Delhi. So that's the query, that's the perfect output. So that was the first query. Now let's go for the second query, and the second question is to display the PNR number, that is the number of the passenger, and the name of the passenger, the gender, the age of the passenger, whose age is below 50. So let us write a query for this. Now over here you can see they have specified the fields, that is PNR number, PNAME, and gender and age. There are 4 fields that they have asked for. So let us go for that. So let us type, that is select, then this time it is PNR, comma, then was PNAME and gender, PNAME comma gender comma age from the table that is trains, and then where I will say age is age should be below 50. So I will just give age less than 50. That's it. So I will just run this, select this and run this, and you can see that okay. So there is an error, that is PNR field is not in the list. So let me just check the table, that is PNR number. Okay, so over here the thing is, this is the PNR number, and the question was that we have to display the PNR number, the passenger name, gender and age. Let me just check the table again, that is the PNR. Okay, just a minute. That is PNR. Okay, that's good. Then comma PNAME and gender, and it says that the PNR field unknown column from trains. So basically I'm taking it from trains. That's the mistake. I should have taken this as from the table that is passengers. And now we will run this, and definitely we are going to have an output. So I was taking the trains table, but basically that was from the passengers table. So you can see the output, all the passengers are below 50. So we have RN Agarwal, P Tiwari. You can see the age over here, all are below 50. If you see the table, we have the passengers who are above 50, that is this one, that is JK Sharma, but that it is not showing. So that's the perfect output that we got. Now let us move to the next question, that is to display total number of male and female passengers. So over here we have to use the group by, and we have to use the aggregate function, that is the count function. So let us do it. That is the third query will be select, and you will say gender, then you can have the count function, the count from, that is passenger, and then you have to apply the group by. The group by will be on gender. So grouping will be done on the gender, and then the counting will be done by this aggregate function, that is count. So first the grouping gets done, and then this aggregate function works on that particular group. So let me just run this query, and you can see the output, that is gender, male and female. Male are 4 and female are also 4. To cross verify this, let us go to the passengers and see exactly if it is showing the data is right or not. So gender, you can see 1, 2, 3 and one more, that is 4, and that's it. So 4 male and female are also 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So we have 4 male and 4 female. So this is the answer for the third question. Now let us go for the fourth one, and the fourth question is to display details of all passengers. So we have to display, we have to use select star, that is traveling in train whose TN number is 12015. So I'll just copy this. So this is also a very simple query, I would say. So we have to say, that is select star from, and the same thing, that is passengers, where, that is PNR, that was PNR number, no, T number, sorry, that was T number is equal to, and that was the number. So let us just run this query and let us see the output. So we can see that there are 2 passengers, that is P Tiwari and S Tiwari, who are traveling to the by the train, that is the train number 12015. So this is how database DBMS software helps us to filter the data so easily. So that is the answer for the fourth question, and then we have to predict the output, that is the select max travel date and mean travel date from the passengers where gender is equal to female. So when we say max, it is the latest date, and when we say min, that is the oldest date. So we have to filter according to the female. So you have to go and check for the females. So over here you can see that is this one, 1 2 3 and 4. So these are the four passengers, the female passengers, and then we have to see for this oldest date and the new date. So if you see the latest date that we have is I can see that this is the latest date, this one is the latest one, and the oldest date that you can have is most probably this one. So let us just run this query and see the output. I will simply, what I will do is copy this and we'll just paste it and run the query. So according to me, that is max and min, and those were the values. You have to just write those values. So still we will just run this query and see the output. Okay, I'll just copy this. So now I will just select this and paste it, and we will see the output for this. Let us run this, and it says the max min, there is a kind of error. So let me just check this. It should not give an error. Everything looks good in this particular query, and it says that you have error in the SQL query, check manual. Okay, let me just see the error. That is max and min to travel date. Let us just go to the passengers table, and travel date, everything looks good, and that is select max of, let me just remove the spaces, and now let us see if it works or not. And yes, because there was just a small space over there, and so it was throwing an error. So this is the use when we practically actually implement them, and then you actually learn a lot of things. So there was a small space that was causing that particular error, and that was over here. After max there was one space, and that was causing that error, and you can see that's the right answer. That is max is the date that we had selected, and this is the mean date. So that's the perfect output that we got, and this is how you're supposed to write in your answer sheet, that is max and mean and then the values. So let us go for the next, that is select the end, then count from trains group by end having count is greater than 1. Now this is interesting. So basically we are going to deal with the train table, that is this one, and the query says that we have to select the end, so that is the destination, that's the destination of the train, and from that we have to group by on end, and only those records we have to show which has the destination, that is the count is greater than 1. So if you look at this particular table, that is, I'll remove this one for remove this anyway for passengers, and we have to deal with this one. So you can see the destination, that is Ajmer Junction over here, and we have Ajmer, no we don't have any more Ajmer, so we are not going to have this particular record. We are going to have that is Amritsar, there are two, so this record should show, and it will show that is the start, and the count will be 2 because this is greater than 1. And then we have New Delhi, that is 1 2 3 4, so 4 New Delhi, and then we have Habibganj, that are 2. So that's the output for this particular that is the query. So let me just copy this and paste it, and we will see the output. That is this one. Okay, this is just a minute. Okay, now we will just select the query straight away, and we will paste it over here. So you can see the output for this particular query, and let me just select the entire query, run it, and you can see the output. That's the output, that is Habibganj is 2, New Delhi is 4, and Amritsar Junction, that is 2. So that's the perfect output. And there are two fields, that is end and count. Make sure that. So this is the exact way you're supposed to write in your answer sheet. And then we have, that is the next one, is select distinct travel date from passengers. So this basically, if you have multiple values, the same values, it will only show one value. So if you run this, it will show only the distinct values of dates. So this is a very simple query, and we will see the output for this. That is, run this, and we can see the output, only the values, only that unique values it is going to show. It is not going to duplicate, it is not going to show you. That is, this one, even if this has multiple values, still we are using the distinct. So distinct will only show the unique one, that is, it will not show you the duplicates. So this is the query. And then we have the last. Now this is a bit interesting, and why it is interesting is because we are selecting the table, sorry, the train name, the passenger name from trains, and then there is T. Now T means alias name for trains. So we have just given another name to this particular table, that is trains, and for the passengers also we are given a alias name, that is P. And then we are saying, now this is the joining of two tables. So we are basically joining, we are comparing the primary key with the foreign key and age between 50 and 60. So this will basically show all the details of the passenger along with the train name, with the passengers whose age is between 50 and 60, including 50 and 60. Make sure that. So if you run this, it is very easy. You have to select the T name. So T name is over here, and the passenger name is over here. So you have to make sure you have to deal with the primary key and the foreign key. So this is 1035. So 1035, and then you have to select that record. So if you run this particular query, I will show you the output of this one. We can, one by one just go through every record, and you will get the perfect output. You can see the T name and the passenger, the train name and the name of the passenger. So it is only showing, that is Swarna Shatabdi, and the name of the passenger is R. Sharma. Now let us try to locate whether this is actually showing the right output or not. So let us go to the table, that is, name of the train is Swarna Shatabdi. So that is over here. And now why it has shown only one record is because, I hope there is only one record. Yes, there is only one record. So because if you see, this is Swarna Shatabdi, and the name of the train is, number is 12030. Now try to find this number over here. That is, we have entries, that is 12030, that is P Saxena, but the age is 12. So it does not satisfy the condition, and the question was between 50 and 60. So you have to go, that is this one, that is 12030, that is R. Sharma, that's female, and age is 58. So this is the only one record, and you can see 12030, you have to locate that primary key in the first table, that is the train table. Name of the train is Swarna Shatabdi, and name of the passenger is R. Sharma, and that's the output that we have got over here. And there are only two fields that were selected in the query, that is the T name and P name, train number and passenger, train name and the passenger name, and that's the output. So whenever such joining comes, make sure you have to just deal with the primary key of the one table, and you have to deal with the foreign key of another table, and properly compare those values, and then check the values, and then you have to write the output. So this is the entire solution for the SQL of 2019. So if you think you have achieved something out of my tutorial, do subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.